All right, let's go ahead and start this video. Family, first off, I just want to say my name is 500K Trey. If this is your first time coming to my page, this is your first time viewing one of my videos, I want to say welcome to the Black House Management 500K group. Okay, this is where we focus on printing positive gains in the market. Okay, now remember, when it comes to our profession, our job is to manage the downside cost of printing high side returns of money consistently through any market conditions. Okay, now done correctly, well, an abundance of fruit awaits us. Okay, and we always going to do that on God's speed. All right, so let's get into the breakdown. Today is September 5th, 2025. Today's Friday. We just had a huge impact in the news when it comes to gold because that is the only asset that we trade. We trade gold futures, and this week we printed positive. This week has been a tremendous week of printing in the market. We printed positive gains. However, there are a lot of things that we need to work on when it comes to the Confluence Profile 500K model 1 of 1. There are a lot of things that we still need to dial in when it comes to our discipline. However, we still printed positive gains. Okay, so the first thing that I want you guys to see is this week, um, as you guys know, we had Labor Day on Monday. So in 4 days, we made 10K on the portfolio. Okay, so the first thing that I want you guys to see now, there nothing is fabricated. I have receipts to prove everything, all the numbers, accounts, everything will add up. There is no fabrication here when it comes to the Black House 500K group. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys is the wire transfer that I made for $6,000 yesterday, which was September 4th, that I pulled from the market. um it was, I just said, we have to pay ourselves. This is why we're in the game, right? We're in the game to uh take the returns, right? So this was the first 6K withdrawal that we did yesterday. Okay, as you can see, it was a wire transfer from the BMO bank. September 4th was yesterday. This was the AMP Futures text message that I got yesterday. So yesterday morning I placed it. It says withdrawal request has been received. If you did not authorize this withdrawal request, please contact AMP immediately. Okay, at 10:30, they released it after they did their underwriting just to make sure I followed all the rules and I actually had the funds in the account. Okay, and at 8:30, I got the actual email where it says your withdrawal request has been received and it's in pending verification status. Once the risk department confirms available funds, you will receive an email confirming the completion of this request. All right. So yesterday we received that $6,000 payout. All right. And we do have a new platform that we are trading on. I'll go ahead and show you guys. So right now we are officially trading on Addis. Okay, and as you guys can see, live account 187791. It's a real trading account. Like I said, nothing that I do is going to be fabricated. These are all real results. I'm not trading a paper trading account. This is a real live account with my brokerage AMP. Okay, playing some good jazz music in the back here this morning and afternoon. All right, so um yeah, this move today that we so let's talk about the trade that happened today. Okay, the trade that happened today, we made 4K on. Okay, so that was the first thing that I wanted you guys to see. We did a 6K withdrawal. Okay, we did a 6K withdrawal, and I want you guys to see. So on Monday, I started the account with $12,658.78. Okay, this was Labor Day. The next day, they came and hit me with the $41 because you have to pay for your exchange. So I paid $41 just to make sure I got my futures exchange data because I get data through CQG. So they just charged me $41. Um, I lost one trade for 1100. Okay, and then I came back the next day and I made 5400. And the following day, so the Tuesday, I made 5400. On Thursday, I wait. So I made 11. I lost 1100, and then I came back on Wednesday and made 5400. Okay, yeah. So on Wednesday I made $5,400 after losing 1100 on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, that's when I did this withdrawal. So as you can see, my account went from 12 to 11 because I lost that one trade, and then I came back and made $5,400, and my account went to 16,000. And when you see minus 59.69, because I did my withdrawal. All right, and the reason it's 59.69 is also because they charged me a $30 fee for doing that withdrawal. All right. So $6,000 we pulled out of the market, and we had another massive trade today, the biggest trade that we've taken on the portfolio. And we're only going to get better and better and better and better. I'm speaking it over the portfolio right now. All right. This is the key. We're going to speak this over everything that we do. Okay. We are going to be massively successful when it comes to printing in the markets. Okay. Massively successful. Massive returns. So this was a trade today that we took here on gold. We took two trades today. The first one was a loss, okay, but then the second one came back and we won for 4K. All right. So I want to show you what that looks like. If we go to the Black House 500K group, as you can see, the Confluence profile 500K model 1 of 1. So it was a higher time frame 1 hour breakout. We set a buy stop, and it ran for 2.5 hour, which was 135 points, because I set a bigger stop on this one just because the market has been very, very volatile. Okay, extremely volatile, and in this market it wasn't really favorable to our predominantly 30-point stop. It's not really favorable to that right now. And hence, as you can see, that's why I was taking those. You can see those two losses that we took because it was just a 30-point stop, and they're just not really favorable to this market. And so I set a higher stop for this one just to cover the fluctuation, and the market actually ended up running in our favor once that 5:30 news event came out, and it ran for damn near about 250 points. I only gave myself 130 points. I only gave myself 130 points for a target, because I was targeting, as you can see right here, this bull wick candle. I was targeting that bull wick candle. So that was at 23.4. 23.4 from my entry, which is at 610, was roughly about 135 points, give or less, more or less, give or take. I apologize, and that ran for 4K. Even though the market, as you can see, the market at 5:30 took off like a freaking rocket to the upside, and I could have made 10K, but I was more than happy to take what we had. Okay, as you can see, this was the actual trade. Okay, um, the overall profit was 3K because we took that one trade, but we still made 4K today. So all in all, we made 10K this. Wait, did we make 10? No, we made 9K this week because I made 5,400. Let's just say 9.5K. 9.5K, and this was the actual. Uh, so as you can see here, this is trailing a little bit of drawdown right now, minus 960. As you can see right here, I'm 3 contracts long. Okay, and I entered at 610. I entered at 610. Okay, and this is just before that 5:30 a.m. news came out. You can see the session delta. The session delta is very strong, and that you can see after we got this negative delta at 135 in the bid. All right, the sellers were at 612. We got positive delta every single candle, even in this bear candle, we got all positive delta. And as you can see, all right, we're working our way back up towards my entry now. All right. Now watch how this takes off like a freaking rocket to the upside. Watch this. This is amazing. This is what we do it for. This is what we grind for. Just watch this. Look at all these buyers. Look at all these buyers stepping into the market. All right, they're lifting the offer. Okay, news just dropped. News just dropped just now. News came out just now. News came out just now.
Order filled.
And just like that, I made 4K. Just like that. So if I go back, right? Watch my P&L. Watch the P&L right here. Watch the P&L. 28, and then it goes, when you see 2800, and then it goes to 4, and then you hear order filled. That was my TP hit. 135 points, just like that. She kept running to the upside too. Okay. So, all in all, it's been a great week. I have no complaints. There are things that we need to get better on. Okay. However, what I'm noticing this week when it comes to price action, okay, we have to play the higher time frame key levels right now. The higher time frame key levels are what's really has really benefit us in printing 10K, just shy of 10K this week. Okay, and remember, I didn't even trade on Monday, so that's only 4 days. 4 days we printed positive, just shy of 10K. Okay, and once again, here's the actual AMP clearing statements, as you can see. Okay, anybody knows if you have AMP, it doesn't the statement sheet doesn't come out probably till like 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight, so it'll reflect the 4K that I made today. However, it is right here. I did log it, and then it's actually here on my actual Addis trading platform. So if I go to my statistics, right, and I think I go to my executions. No, it's on accounts. Yeah, so look right here. Close P&L 3,120. Okay, under the same account 187791. All right, under AMP CQG. So there's nothing cap about what I'm doing. Okay, so you guys remember the account was at 10K. The account was at 10K because I did that withdrawal for 6K. All right, now, all right, so remember, right, the account was at 10,900, and then I did that withdrawal, and then the account was at 10.9. Then I took one trade. The first trade hit stop. Then I came back and made another 4K in the second trade, and that's exactly why you see the account's now at 14,000. So we made 6 plus shit 6. We made 10K. 6 plus 4. 10,000 this week. 4 days of trading. 10,000. All right. So that trade took place in the order flow, as you can see right here. Okay. So we had the sweep. The market swept this. The market swept this low. Okay, we swept this low. We swept this low. Okay, and then if this was strong, then this would have held. Okay, swept this low. And then we came and we took this high. That was the first sign that, okay, this was the first. This is where reading the order flow is comes into hand, okay? Because the first thing that we need to understand is that look how the point of control, all right, the point of control switched. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so when I say the point of control, look at the highlighted black rectangles. Okay, this is the point of control. This is where the most volume took place in the bar. Okay, or I should say in the candle. All right, so this is where the most volume took place in this candle, and as you can see, the order flow shifted. Okay, so this is where the shift happened. Okay, so this is where the swap came out from weak to strong hands, or from strong to weak hands, however you like to look at it. Okay, so we had the sweep here, okay, and then this is where the order flow shift, okay, because now the delta went from negative 21 to positive 66, not that strong, okay, and then we came back down to this level right here, even though it didn't really come down into here, but buyers were developing. Okay, now this is something very important. Okay, sellers push price back, buyers tried to push price back up, but the most volume took place from here because this is where sellers were selling from. 57 57 to 13, okay, and the market dropped, but in the very next candle buyers came and reclaimed that price, bought price right back up. Okay, now another thing, the point of control was in the bottom of this bar. Okay, this is where the most volume took place. Sellers really tried to push this market down, but it was being absorbed by bigger buyers. Okay, it was being absorbed by bigger buyers, and then we came, and then now this is the second high that was broken. All right, so we swept this low, okay, and then this high was broken, okay, and then we came up, retested to test the VWAP. Then we broke and we created another high. Okay, we broke this high as well. Okay, that high was broken as well. Okay, now this is where I took my first L at this morning because I seen this. We had this support and resistance zone box drew out. Okay, but buyers came and swept this low. Okay, buyers came and swept this low, and because sellers were look how aggressive they were right here at 45. They were really trying to push the market down right here. However, because look, we had a negative delta, negative 70, negative 109. Okay, the point of control is at the bottom of this bar, so that shows that sellers are really trying to push this market lower, but they're unsuccessful. Why? Because everything they're selling, buyers are just eating it up and they're pushing the price right back up. Okay, so this didn't hold because this was the low that was responsible for breaking this high. So we're now, so as you can see, the order flow has shifted from bearish to bullish. Okay, because this is the second high that has been broken. So when we created this high, sellers came in and swept this low, but this held. Okay, this level right here, these levels held. Look at the point of controls all at the bottom of the bar. Why? Because this is where the most volume is being traded, because this is where sellers and buyers are really fighting for dominance. Okay. Now, what I noticed was, okay, we had here at 610. So we came down, we swept this low, okay, and we came up and we created this high to come and basically just flirt with this high at 11 point. Let's just call it 11.8. Now, 11.6. We came back down here. So this is what I said. Okay, so after I took the first L, I said, okay, if price comes back up here, I'm gonna take 610 for a buy stop. And that's exactly what price did. So price came up, we hit 610 right here on this candle. Okay, and then it came down just a little bit. And then the market opened for the 5:30 a.m. news, and then it took off like a rocket. Look at this. Look at this candle. Look how dark the volume, the ask, the bid, and the delta were. Okay, and that ran for 4K. So great trade, great trade, great trade, great trade. We got the heat map here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that video up right now. Please, once again, if you like this video, I hope it was very helpful to you. Join the group, tap in, join the family. Black House 500K. You know, everybody always asks me 500K trade. Why they call you 500K trade? What does 500K mean? 500K to me is freedom and abundance. Okay, you can make 500K in a day. You can manage a 500K portfolio. You can spend 500K to take you and your family on a beautiful trip around the world for a month. You can do that. You can do that. All right? You can do that. Black House Management, New Era Advisors. I hope this video was helpful to you. And remember, our profession is to manage the downside cost of printing high side returns of money consistently through any market conditions. Done correctly, well, an abundance of fruit awaits us. Godspeed.